How did a historic photographic album purchased by the Deadwood Historic Preservation Commission play a part in the reconstruction of a Chinese ceremonial burner in Mount Moriah Cemetery? Hi, I'm Chuck Turbeville, Mayor of the City of Deadwood, and this is a Deadwood Historic Preservation moment.
From the discovery of gold in 1876 until the first quarter of the 20th century, Deadwood once had a large Chinese population that lived, worked, and died in the gulch. Evidence of their occupation has all but vanished from Deadwood's built environment. However, in 2003, archaeologists hired by the Deadwood Historic Preservation Commission rediscovered a unique feature associated with Deadwood's Chinese population: the remains of a Chinese ceremonial burner and altar in Mount Moriah Cemetery. In 1908, representatives from Deadwood's Chinese community received permission to construct a burner and altar in Section 6 of Mount Moriah Cemetery. Though Chinese burials occurred throughout the cemetery, this section contained the highest concentration. Upon its completion, the altar and burner was incorporated into Chinese mortuary rituals as a place to leave food offerings and incinerate paper offerings to the deceased. By the 1920s, Deadwood's Chinese community was in decline and the ceremonial burner and altar fell into disrepair. During this period of time, an unknown photographer photographed the burner and altar. To date, these are the only two images that capture the burner before it was destroyed by vandals. In 1948, Deadwood amateur historian Charles Haas photographed what was left of the Chinese burner and altar. Based on his photographs and observations recorded in a photographic scrapbook, all that remained of the burner and altar was a small rubble pile and the concrete pad. 55 years would elapse before the burner was rediscovered in 2003. Archaeologists hired by the Deadwood Historic Preservation Commission tested and mapped the concrete pad associated with the burner and altar. In 2012, design professionals developed plans for the reconstruction of the burner and altar using the archaeological data coupled with the two historic photographs. The exact size and height of the burner and altar were determined based on the excavated brick dimensions and number of courses of brick in the photographs. Approximately 200 bricks salvaged from the Wing Su building, once located on Lower Main Street, were used in the construction of the new burner and altar. The Chinese burner project took approximately 3 weeks from start to finish. On July 23, 2013, the new burner and altar were officially dedicated. The Wong family, descendants from Deadwood's early Chinese community, officiated the dedication.
The Chinese altar and burner are tangible evidence of the significance of the presence of the Chinese in Deadwood history, and evidence of the city's history of cultural differences, but also tolerance and acceptance.
Today, the Chinese burner and altar symbolizes the Chinese community that once thrived in Deadwood for over 50 years. To visit the Chinese burner and other significant historical figures in Deadwood, please visit Mount Moriah Cemetery and Visitor Center.
You can see more historical facts about Deadwood, a National Historic Landmark, on another Deadwood Historic Preservation moment.